Hello, my name is John. Welcome to this YouTube get-together. As you know, my passion is worship, getting it right in our lives and churches. And this is part 2 of one entitled, Let Us Worship God. In part 2, I will explain what true worship really means and how both our styles and forms in our worship we may honor when we truly understand what it is to worship God. Several years ago in England, a worship leader came under the conviction that worship for his people was more than songs and music. He then determined that for a time there wouldn't be any music or singing in their services. And so he did it. No singing, no music for several months. I need not identify the church or the leader because it's not about them so much as it's about what they did and what they did not do. When it was all over, the worship leader wrote lyrics to reveal what he learned during that period of no singing and no music. His lyrics covered the entire world like ash from an active volcano. When it was published, it became a world sensation. It's entitled The Heart of Worship. You probably have heard about it or even sung it in your church. I quote the summary chorus pointing to what the lyrics did and, in my judgment, what they did not do in grasping the true meaning of worship. So follow the text on the screen as I read it for you. I'm coming back to the heart of worship, and it's all about you. It's all about you, Jesus. I'm sorry, Lord, for the things I've made it. When it's all about you, Jesus. That's the end of the lyric. These lyrics dramatically call churches back to Jesus. They took emptiness away from seamless services and stimulating songs, lifting up Jesus as the true object of worship and the Lord of their very lives. You can feel the passion, actually feel the passion for Jesus when people sing these popular lyrics. You might even have felt that passion when I quoted to them a moment ago. Now, this is fabulous. It's truly fabulous. But my question is it really sufficient for true worship? Now, what the lyrics lacked is crucial, for they lack the core value, What do we bring in our hearts to the lyrics when we sing? It's all about you, Jesus. Why? We have a variety of needs that drive our worship of Jesus. For some, it's to love and adore Jesus, right? Others, it's seeking grace to deal with the difficulties in their lives. Some seek his blessing on their daily lives. Scores simply honor Jesus for his saving works. And there are many more kind of drives that people bring to worship. However, the question is, what does Jesus himself require us to bring to worship? What's the essential core of worship that carries our self-offering in worship? That's what this piece is all about right now. It's what Abraham revealed when he worshiped God on the mountainside in Genesis 22:8. And Jesus revealed, and what the Jews revealed, when Ezra led Israel in worship after 40 years in Babylon in Nehemiah 8:6. It's the essential core Jesus exhibited when his personal integrity was challenged by Satan in the wilderness. What was Jesus' response when Satan tested his worship of the Father in the wilderness? Do you remember that? Jesus said, you Satan, shall worship the Lord your God, and him only shall you serve. Matthew 4:10. Jesus used the ancient Mosaic call to worship to stress what would access the Father in spirit and in truth. It was the essential core of true worship because it called all to bow in face-down obeisance to the Lord. Whether we yearn to love and serve Jesus, to walk with him each day, to share his grace with the lost and the poor, or whatever else burns in our hearts. We define their place when tied to face down obeisance to Christ as the Lord of our lives. In conclusion, brothers and sisters, whether we respond to the corporate summons to worship the Lord, or whether we interact with the lyrics, it's all about you, Jesus. We bow ourselves in face-down obeisance to Jesus when dealing with the ups and downs of our lives. That's the core governing core worship. Is that the heart and soul of your worship this morning? Whatever your need, whatever your style, are you in face-down obeisance to Christ as the Lord of your lives, of the items and the issues you face and deal with every day? God bless you. Thank you for listening.